getting to form those relationships, the one-on-one with the girls, and then just as a whole, as a unit.
Possibly just the fact that we get to play. I mean, just that you have something to do. That it also helps me like balance my schedule, because if I know I have practice later, I got to get work done before that. And just to get to meet with the guys.
I had so much fun with like the girls. We would laugh all the time. We would joke. Like the van rides were funny. We would dance and just be really stupid.
The best part for me has been putting God and just the passion that I have for playing soccer together in one thing, and the friendships that I've formed as well.
The group of guys that you get to play with, the group of people that you get to play with, there's definitely like, and especially last year when we played, we were definitely really, really close, and we just had like so much fun together, and it was just such a good experience.
The relationships. My girls, I just love them. I love that I get to be in their lives and hopefully have positive influence on them, but I love just sharing life with my girls.
The best part was, relationships, obviously, growing together in our faith. We do Devos every practice, before every game, and you really get to see the girl's heart and coach's heart, and it kind of lets you know that, hey, you're not in this alone. We're all, running the race and trying to get to the prize.
Best part of coaching at Johnson is the relationships with the ladies, and not just the ladies, but the staff and just the relationship with the school.
Being around the team, I love that part. I love the girls that I get to play with, the relationships that we build with each other and with the other teams in our region. It's just such an awesome experience to see how from the beginning of the season you can go from being kind of strangers into the end of the season you're like true sisters, and that's the part I love most about it.
You get this relationship with these girls that it's something that you have your basic friends at Johnson that you have you have certain memories with, but you have certain memories with these girls that it's something that cherishes in your heart that you can't ever express. You have stuff that you'll laugh at for years that your mom or dad will think is completely stupid. You're with these girls practicing and games. Your weekends are consumed with these people 24/7, and you just build a sisterly bond. And your coaches, I've learned a lot from my coach this past season. He's been a great influence on me.
You just really get to know the people that you get to play with. You get to know so many different stories. Everybody has a story, and you just really get to interact with those different stories.
And I would encourage a student to participate in athletics at Johnson for a couple of things. One is the relationships they will build with their teammates and their coaches, and it's just phenomenal. It'll be friends and family almost that you'll have for a lifetime.
It's definitely a work thing. It's a lot more challenging than just going to school and stuff. But I would encourage them, if they like to play sports, if they like to compete, that they should give it their best shot.
I would encourage them to do it, but I would also let them know ahead of time that it does take a lot of time. It takes a commitment. To me, it's not worth wasting your time to come out and try something if you're not going to put everything that you have into it.
Make sure you're playing for the right reasons, because if you're coming here to play so that people will think you're cool or because you're really good at it, that's not the reason to come and play, because you're not going to get any recognition here. If you love to play, come on. If you love Christ, come on. If you're willing to be a part of that community and work together with the team.
I think if you're thinking about playing, my best advice is to come to a practice, sit through Devos, see how that works, sit through a practice, join in, play a couple scrimmage games, just try it out.
Do it, definitely. Don't hesitate, just do it. It can really, really enhance your college experience a lot.
If you have to be committed. You have to be committed. You obviously have to have a love for the sport. And even if you need to have some experience. But at the same time, we had girls playing this season that had no experience, but they were pros by the end of the season. They played because of the relationship base too. And if you are determined to do it, if you're willing to work, because it's a lot of work, especially if you've never played the sport before, but if you're willing to work and willing for having to people that have had experience to tell you what to do or to help you out, it's completely worth it.
The number one thing I ask them is, what do you want to do with your career? And the reason I ask that is if they're not interested in going into the ministry and they don't want to learn more about the Bible, then maybe this is not the place that they need to come. So that's the first thing. What do you want to do with your career? The second thing I do is I ask them, do we have a major here that will address your career needs? The third thing I say is please, please pray about this. Is this the place for you?
It's way different, but it's definitely worth it. And you know, it's a big commitment. There were many times I didn't want to go to practice. I had homework or other things that I wanted to do, and you know, traveling can get exhausting at times, but it's totally worth it. The relationships you make are lifelong, and I would say definitely do it.
Don't be afraid to come out to the team. I guess it'd be one. I talked to several people that just really hesitate coming out to the team because they think you have to be good.
Say definitely take the time to think about it. It's not something you want to jump right into because it is time consuming. It does with all the practices and traveling, but I would strongly recommend it, even if it's just 1 year, just to try it out, because it's an experience unlike anything I've had.
We want men and women who, more importantly than anything else, who want to glorify God with their actions. Secondly, who come here to get an education so that when they leave these walls, they can serve God to the best of their ability. And then third, how about you play a sport while you're here?